Hello again guys, I thought I'd give you guys an update on my last video about me joining the military and give some insight and some updates on what I'm doing with my life and give you guys some updates on what I plan on doing with the channel. So one of the main reasons I'm joining the military is to get out of this town really. This town is the type of town where if you don't leave early, you won't leave at all, and to be honest I don't feel like anything great can come from this town. I feel like if I stay in this town, I won't be able to achieve anything great. And for me, being able to achieve something great is one of my goals. I think I'm a very ambitious person, you know. I have a lot of goals, and I know a lot of my goals probably aren't possible. Like one of my goals was to create a moral healthcare company, which I know is practically impossible with how greedy these motherfuckers are, but I think I'm a very human person and a lot of my goals are very human and humanitarian, and I feel like if I want to achieve something great I have to leave this town. But of course, since there really isn't anything going on in this town, we don't really have a lot of recruiters here. So if I wanted to join something like the Coast Guard or the Navy, I'm shit out of luck. So I went to the Marines because I thought the Marines weren't too bad, you know. I'm a person who enjoys physical exercise and the challenge. So I'm like, oh fuck yeah, the Marines, they're cool as shit. But after a while, I realized, yeah, I'm kind of a nerd. I think I'd prefer to stick with the Air Force since, you know, they really have a lot of technology-based jobs. And of course, there's the stereotype that it's called the Chair Force, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm lazy as fuck. But overall, in general, I think I'm more passionate about the Air Force. So this sort of ties into a story I want to tell. So I was in contact with the Marine recruiters and everything. I sent some paperwork, but it didn't go on further than that. And then they were getting ready to schedule me for MEPS, which is the medical processing. And so I wanted to get into contact with an Air Force recruiter before I kind of called it off. So I was kind of rushing to get into contact with an Air Force recruiter, but these motherfuckers are rarer than diamonds pre-cave update, so it took a while. These guys were so hard to get into contact with. I had to call someone in a city 6 hours away. I was getting ready to drive 6 hours for this shit. Once I tried leaving the Marines, they sort of did a lot of lying to me, which I really didn't appreciate. I didn't know that was part of the values in the Marine Corps, and that kind of put me off the Marine Corps. I mean, it gave me a really bad experience, and I guess it's something common that all recruiters do is fucking lie. I didn't know that shit was legal, and I think it's fucking stupid. You shouldn't lie to you people who are serving our nation, but you know, whatever, I guess. But yeah, after a while I got into contact with an Air Force recruiter. That's where I sort of left off in the other video. I wanted to give you guys the update now that I am in contact with an air recruiter. I was in contact with multiple, and they sort of like put me to the closest one to me. And in a while now I'm going to be going to MEPS, which is the, I already explained what it was, but I have to do the PT and the ASVAB there, which I'm studying for. I don't think I'll do too bad, but I downloaded the fucking stupid Speechify ads because I didn't want to read the ASVAB for Dummies. It's a big ass book, and I didn't want to read it all, so I'm gonna have it read it to me because I'm really lazy, and I really want to get a good score, something in the 90s hopefully. I don't understand, I'm not saying this negatively, but I don't really understand how people score so low on the ASVAB. I've seen people get like 17s and 10s. The first time I took the ASVAB, I was sleep deprived as fuck. It was like 7 in the morning. I didn't want to wake up, but I knew I had to. So I was hungry, I was sleep deprived. It was a 3-hour drive from where I am. And so I took the test after waiting for like 5 hours. They gave this like prep talk before, and I was like, damn, this shit must be super hard. I must be like taking the Harvard entry exam. But I took the test, and don't get me wrong, that shit was sort of difficult with the mechanical and electronical questions. Everything else was kind of easy. I don't remember if it was timed or not, but after I got some Chick-fil-A, and I tasted the best sandwich I've ever had in my life. It was a grilled chicken sandwich. This shit was so good. One of the best sandwiches I've ever had in my life. And hopefully I get to go back there and try some either Chick-fil-A or Wingstop. I mean, I fucking love Wingstop, but Chick-fil-A is okay with me too. But anyways, after all that, I got to look at my score, and I believe it was a 72, which I thought I did pretty bad, but apparently that's a pretty good score. I'm not saying to anyone who gets a score lower than 31 that you're doing a bad job or that you're stupid. You know, I'm just saying that it was sort of unexpected to me that people can get something so low. And if you have gone it so low, I just want to say that I have my whole faith in you that you can do better. And if you're just going into the military straight after getting a score like that, I just want to say that I know in whatever MOS you got into, you'll do a great job, and I can't wait to serve alongside you. But anyways, yeah, that's where I am. I'm studying for the ASVAB. I'm getting ready to go to MEPS. I'm practicing my 1.5 miles. I'm practicing my pull-ups, my push-ups, my sit-ups, my planks, whatever I need to. I'm sort of excited for boot camp. I know it sounds stupid to be excited for it, but I'm sort of excited for it. The only bummer is I'm going to be away from my beautiful girlfriend for a long while, and that includes tech school, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to upload during tech school because obviously it's tech school and the military is kind of strict on what they want. But if I can, I'll keep updating you and I'll keep giving you the stories I have on the military, and I'm sure there are some stories, holy shit. But I'm sort of, maybe very foolishly, I'm very excited for what I have in store for me. Even though the military wasn't my main option, it's really only an option because I couldn't pay for my college. I'm about to be married, which I'm also excited about. I think that despite all my fears on the future, I think that despite failing in one of my goals, I'm grateful enough to be in a position where I can rebound back pretty successfully. And of course, if you fail in one of your goals, I want you to know that it isn't over for you and that there are other opportunities open to you that would give you the same or better results than what you've expected. All you gotta do is quote unquote lock in. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say to you guys. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on how I'm feeling, give you guys a quick update on why I might be away for so long and not stick to my New Year's resolution of uploading. But, you know, onto the channel ideas. I'm trying to come up with a good name for my audience, and, you know, some of them are pretty corny, but what's all this if I can't be corny, right? What's all the fun I'm having recording if I can't be a little corny with my audience? But I'm trying to transition my content to having a greater focus on the commentary I'm giving rather than the gameplay. I know that my content really isn't high quality right now, and I'm still experimenting with my style and what I want, but I hope it's something that you can play in the background, or you can play when you're having a bad day and sort of have someone to relate to. Really, I just want to help people in whatever way I can, and I enjoy doing this, and I hope you enjoy listening to me, if at all. I'm trying to transition this channel into something greater and higher quality content. But yeah, I have a couple of videos planned out, which I'm very excited to record. Some silly stories, some more updates on how I am. One of the main videos that I'm going to do next is sort of give you more background on who I am, because I want you to know more about me if I'm going to keep talking about myself, you know? But anyways, that's all for now. And as always, I appreciate you guys listening this far, and I'll see you around.